This was a new experience for me, working with a big group of people, and although of course it started rough, at the end it did get polished, and as a group we became closer and more of a family.
There's a lot of people out there who are amazing at acting, and it's such a good way to show their talent and skills. And
I like watching other schools play different Shakespeare plays as well.
I came back for a second year because Miss Stopard was really good with us, and I loved it so much because we all had so much fun, and we've become sort of like a family over the year because it's the same people as last year.
I think it's quite rewarding in these days, DCG. It's very much going back into the old time of the language and actually performing these ancient plays that kind of morphed our language into what it is.
It wasn't just the teachers who came up with the idea. We all incorporated something into it, and we all kind of built up this really good idea. We changed our minds a lot, but when it came together, we found it was a really good idea.
I like Romeo and Juliet, that's because the storyline's just my favourite.
King Lear, because that was my first time seeing that production, and it was such a good way of it being portrayed.
To be honest, I really like playing Romeo, because the love-stricken, noble man who even just kills himself just to be with his love.
Taming of the Shrew, the whole way that Catherine all of a sudden changed from being so out there and being so spoken for herself, and now she's outspoken by other people, and she allows that to happen.
A claim on both your houses. I was hurt under your arm, and now they have played with peaceably.
Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty.
Et brute, then fall, Caesar.
This is my 4th year now. I started in year 8 with Midsummer's Dream, followed up by Romeo and Juliet, where I played Romeo, and finally Julius Caesar, and now Macbeth.
Because when you get in the character, you can really relate to some of the things that they go through, so it's really good experience. I prepared to be Hamlet by just kind of putting on my most mad, harsh voice sort of mindset, and then I kind of brought that through into the character, and I kind of thought how would the male Hamlet do it, and how would the female Hamlet do it, and I thought they weren't very different.
Macbeth goes through a lot. He goes from being really joyous and quite laid back to killing a lot of people, which leads to his own death.
I think the best bit was the diversity of the characters. I think there was a part for everyone to play, and they're all very different. They all had different morals, and it was just extremely interesting to explore why people did certain things.
Cassius was the bad influence towards Brutus. He was this bad friend telling him, oh, we should do this, we should do that, and Brutus kind of fell into that, even though his reasonings for falling with Cassius was different, which is similar to having people pull you towards doing things that aren't necessarily what you want to do.
If we should fail, we fail! But screw your courage and stick in place, and you'll not fail.
They're having an argument, and it's quite intense, as they're both quite intense characters as well, and it was good to play a character that was so evil against a character who knows in their heart they want to do good, but goes against his heart.
Friar Lawrence is a very nice, important character, which is something I don't normally get to do. And the way I portrayed it is very comfortable for me.
I did the Shakespeare Festival last year, so I knew it was going to be amazing, and obviously it was, and it is. And I was very excited. I knew it would be a big responsibility, but I feel I took it on head first and I think we did really well.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Oh, I always want to say that live.
All of the other plays were like really original and unique, and that's really like something I enjoyed, like having these different like ideas put forward for you to watch. It also helps you in the future with coming up with your own ideas, so you can like magpie certain things, and it will allow you to improve your performances.
With our performance, we were trying to like show knife crime and how that was also like shown in Julius Caesar, with Julius Caesar being stabbed several times, and with other performances they have gone into like growing up and battles between like families and stuff, which is Romeo and Juliet. Just
good, because we've done comedies and tragedies, and this is another tragedy. It is actually very interesting to see the different perspectives you can get on these extreme emotional characters and these extreme almost fearful characters as well. We met with Mark Friend, where we were going through and almost like we drew our own ideas of each individual character and passing it around while putting out ideas of what we each thought we should have, and we ended up coming to a conclusion for overall the animalistic theme of like the two animal kingdoms, with Macbeth sort of being the crow-raven style of it being the more wicked, like the witches with their giant raven-like heads, and then Duncan's side, which is my side, playing the fox, which is why you could see we had orange fur.
As well as that, we also had Katie come in to coach us on how to speak and how to perform Shakespeare.
The artist that came to help us, she was really nice, because in the scene that I had with Juliet, I wasn't really sure how to do the words. It's like if I proclaim with my own worthy sense, I wasn't sure what it all meant. So then she explained it all, and it was much better from when I knew what was going on.
Macbeth shall sleep no more. Romans, friends, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him.
When I was at Edinburgh last year, the energy was so much better than this. Do it again.
It's been like quite cool seeing like other schools, like their take on specific stories that you somewhat know.
It's also quite just fun to actually just perform and play a character that's not very much like yourself.
I'd say to someone that doesn't really like Shakespeare that it is old-fashioned, and some people could say it was dated, but it's really nice to bring back things from the past into the future and put a little modern twist on it, and it can actually be really hard to learn, but also you're going to feel a lot better if you get it right, and because you've accomplished more.
Go for it. If drama is something that you like, or Shakespeare, or it might even be able to help with exams, specifically English literature, because it helps you to understand the words and the meanings, and it also gives you the chance to do something you might have never done before, and it can also boost your confidence. If you feel like you can't do something, why not give this a go to make you feel better about yourself?